Well, I guess we're live.
And so the...
That's not the right damn file. Here we go. Let's start out with this. Tomorrow we're turning professional. Hey everybody, it's Tommy G. Coming to you live from the Cumberland Plateau in snow-dusted East Tennessee. And today I'd like to talk to you about my thoughts on the long-awaited and 88-day delayed ODNI Report. So let's get right on into it. Yeah. So, they made us wait for this. This is what they made us wait for? Did somebody's dog eat the report? And they had to start over? What did we pay as taxpayers for this? I mean, it looks like we just got the janitor to write it to me. I mean, there's no information in it. The lowest level staffers could put this one together. I sure hope that the classified report had more information in it, and I'd definitely like to see that because there's only a few words that talked about anything. We've got some words like balloon-like entities. Yeah, we've seen balloon-like entities, right? Anybody remember the videos that were coming out a couple of years ago over Los Angeles airport of the jetpack thing? That was a balloon-like entity. And by the way, where's the analysis on that? I don't think that the FBI ever addressed what they found on that one, if they found anything. So we learned that the total number of remaining military UAP incidents reported to the office has more than doubled from 143 in June of 21 to 314 in August of 2022. And again, the largest outstanding questions pertains to reports from the Air Force, the CIA, the Coast Guard. Right. Crickets. We got nothing. Initial progress includes the identification of 173 out of 510 UAP. The New York Times also quotes unnamed DoD sources claiming that this UAP research has identified a previously unknown Chinese maritime drone capability. So the cube in a circle balloon, that's previously unknown. I think we invented that crap back in World War II. So a cube being a corner reflector, radar goes in, bounces around, and comes out stronger. So they're listening to our radar out there in the ocean. Okay. We didn't know about that, or their little drones that they're printing out and flying out. I'm guessing that they probably had a submarine somewhere out there. Come to periscope depth or launch depth, open up the hatch, let these drones out. It doesn't take, if I can figure that shit out, surely somebody that does this full-time for a living at the Pentagon knew about it. So that sounds like bullshit to me too. We've also had spy balloon trains back in the 40s because that's what they blamed Roswell on. Remember the Project Mogul? That spy balloon went up and was listening to the sounds. We're listening for A-bombs being blown off over Russia and had little flypaper up there to sample the particles that came off of their bomb to see what they were made of. Basically, there's less information presented than in the last report. So why are they thumbing their noses at the American people? There's no indication in any of the report and any of the 314 events, whether they were from outer space, underwater. Nothing says, yeah, this was due to foreign governments directly. No, nothing. Bumpkus, nothing. We have nothing. The whole report given us nothing. It intentionally desensationalizes the information that would be in the report. Oh, wait. They did give us a nugget. So a lot of hopefuls out there are going to say some of these uncharacterized UAP appear to have demonstrated unusual flight characteristics or performance capabilities, and they require further analysis. No shit, Sherlock. So you want more money to study stuff that's been reported for over 75 years. I've had 2 sightings. I can tell you both of those were unusual flight performances too. So what about the last 75 years of civilian and military reports? Why is none of that in this report? Nothing. Not a word about it. Nothing about the missile fields. Nothing about the Iranian incident that was declassified, hinted at back in the 70s. Why aren't these? Where's the 12 pages? Come on, man. 12 pages doesn't even cover the best of the crappy reports that have come out in the last 5 years. What about Lonnie Zamora, Hicks and Parker? Then there was another blurb in the report about no negative health effects. Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop right there. Let's talk about health effects. See this guy here? What's that dude's name? Stefan Mikolak, right? You see them dots on his chest? What do you think those are? Think he leaned into a radiator at the house and got that? And was in the hospital for the negative effects of radiation sickness? You ever hear of the Cash Landrum case? Cash and Landrum witnessed this diamond-shaped UFO in Texas. It's spewing out fire and heat so hot that it practically melts the dash in the car. Didn't somebody lose their hair? The poor lady. I think she died an early death of the negative effects of that one. The radiation sickness. There's no mention of that in the report. Did the government think we forgot about that? We've forgotten about all that. I didn't forget about it. What about Art's parts? The metal samples, the bismuth and magnesium. That was just the cure for, I don't know.
That was our cure for diarrhea.
Yeah, the aliens used it to cure the trots, bismuth and magnesium. No, they had some digestive issues from eating all the cows they were abducting, so they needed something to balance them out. The bismuth stopped the one end, and the magnesium, together, it makes a great your probiotic thing, right? So the report to me was nothing to see here. And it's all maybe in the classified report. I don't know. Why are they hiding it? Why still? I know why. Because Hangar 18, Area 51. Go look up that song, Hangar 18, by the great Yngwie Malmsteen. And some of the lyrics are beams of light up in the sky, malfunction machinery lost in time. Don't understand, I'm wondering why. How can this happen It's so out of line. Strangers among us from beyond the stars, whatever you know, keep your silence. Unearthly ones from galaxies far, there will be violence. They know something that we don't know, what cannot be seen and never shown. Hangar 18, Area 51. We're victims of grand illusion, now we're lost in mass confusion. And I ask you, are we not victims of grand illusion, lost in mass confusion? I know what I saw back in the 80s with my cousin. I know it wasn't a foreign adversary over West Boca Raton. It wasn't a drone. It wasn't a balloon. There's no red light that splits into two pieces and shoots away at the, accelerates instantaneously. They didn't have that kind of technology. They didn't have lasers back then that could shoot up in the sky that were publicly available, just like searchlights. Didn't have that. No. There was nothing to focus on anyway. So all the hype and bullshit further muddies the waters. And if you think the government of the United States is going to come clean and validate your experiences, you're in for a rude awakening. And just like in the 1970s, we're back at square one with the population to make up our own minds. We're going to have to do our own research. We're going to have to catalog all our own sightings. We're going to have to catalog our own visuals, research. Are these pictures we're being shown on TikTok real or bullshit or CGI or hoaxes and trickery? What are they hiding? Advanced military capabilities? I'm sure they are. I had 2 sightings when I lived in Jackson, Mississippi. 9 discs flew over my house silently. They were the color of our modern LED lights. This was back, 11, 12 years ago. 9 of them. 3 triangular formations, flew right over the house, made no sound. No sound. And it wasn't that high in the air. It was underneath the cloud cover. Now, I lived right by the Air National Guard base in Jackson. I lived, 2 miles from it. 3 from the runway or less. I think 1.5 miles. So, another group of objects or object came over the house. My dad saw that one. I didn't see it. It was a black flying wing. He's trying to point it out to me. It turned and flew right over the top of the house, pretty much about where the 9 discs did later. And then we understand that the military needs to keep secret certain assets for national security. There's many sightings of flying triangles. I believe that the flying triangle sightings are what they call TR-3Bs that I believe are powered by a small fusion reactor and are anti-gravity powered. The propulsion is an anti-gravity system of some sort. I think we have fusion technology. I think it's deep black. Lockheed's been working on it for years. Lockheed said that they would have it operational. That was going back 2011, 2012. They said that they would have it operational in 5 years. I think they've had it for a lot longer than that. And I think it fits in the size of a shipping container or smaller. They've patented how to do it. They just released how they just released that they've done it in Brookhaven Labs or some other laboratory, Argonne, one of those places out in New Mexico somewhere. They're just saying that they have it, and then they've had it 20 years ago. And if we have this technology, then it's a crime that's being kept from the American people, because that energy source could lift us all up instead of lifting up the checkbook balance of the select few that have access to that. And the few that are profiting off pumping oil out of the ground. They got to keep the oil money flowing in. That's the heart of this controversy. Secrecy. They don't want you to know. The others don't want, whoever's flying from another galaxy, they don't want to be on CNN, and the puppet masters don't want to give up their grip on fossil fuels and their supply chain. It's time we show the few that us, the many, aren't willing to accept what they're giving us. We're being controlled, and until we unite and make things change, get used to more of the same. More BS, more high prices, less freedoms, continued secrecy, more suppression of freedom of speech, and less for us. Senator Rubio praises the 1,800 words in the report and acknowledges the fact that more needs to be done. Okay, Marco. That's like a plug for your next presidential campaign, right? Are you going to run on that platform? Just building the building blocks for it right now? I think we all need to call our congressmen, write them letters the old-fashioned way, demand the good stuff come out, demand hearings, declassify what's really been going on. Where's Tim Burch at? I'm in Tennessee. He's a Tennessee guy. I'm sure if anything he said is true, he's as disgusted as I am over this. You know, we need to demand more about what happened to the Nimitz sightings. I mean, I believe that. I do. I believe that Fravor and Dietrich and the rest of the folks that were out there saw something. They were in an area that had naval tests going on in San Diego, but how many of you know that they also dumped nuclear and toxic waste into the ocean in that area? Right where the Tic Tacs were flying underneath the waves, down at the bottom of the ocean, are 55-gallon drums full of toxic waste and nuclear waste. So a lot of people claim that the ETs and UFO sightings are over this nuclear stuff. Nobody's talking about that angle of it. If there's ETs or a breakaway civilization or inner Earth lizard people, they're doing anything, it's poking around in all things nuclear. Right? Especially when you're dumb enough to put it in a steel drum and dump it into the ocean. So that's going to be it for my broadcast today, because I don't do a very good job of promoting myself or when I'm going to go live or any of that crap. It just kind of pops up, and if you're one of my 12 subscribers, maybe you got a notice and you're watching it live. If there's a live chat, I don't see you out there. I'm going to work on all those things. I'm just trying to get my feet wet with the whole processes and technology to go live and do a show so that I can do one that'll actually make me money talking about things that I really know something about, other than studying this subject since I was able to learn how to read, really. So I want to leave with a message, and I think it's important that we rescue an animal or give shelter, give food, save a life. And that could be feeding or donate to the homeless people out there. Again, work at a food shelter, give clothes, do something to elevate other people instead of ourselves. We need to take some time to stop being so self-centered and do things for others. So, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Have a wonderful day, and we shall see you in the chats. Bye for now.